Okay, kids. Well, kids in spirit. You shouldn't be watching me if you're under the age of like 50. So today is going to be a little different. It's going to be a Jeffrey video. Not necessarily dolls, but mostly dolls.
That's right, folks. It's going to be a
Jeffrey
episode. Stick around for the fun. Here's the clicker. No one would blame you.
These fluids got me feeling fluid. Give me something, I'ma do it. I'ma do it.
Hey, dumpster divers, and welcome back to a new and exciting adventure of... We're gonna look through my eBay watch list. Yeah, I don't know either. I wanted to show off different parts of me, Jeffrey. Realize I never even really say my name in my videos, because like, do you guys need to know my name? Maybe not. So one of my major interests is Michael Medrano. Love his music. He's amazing. He's bisexual. Makes very cunty music, which usually you only get from like trans women. It's just nice to see a man serving that much cunt, you know? Got his vinyl. Amazing music. You guys should check out his music if you can. I'm a better person because of it. I like saw an old person crossing the street and I thought about helping them, so that's how much better I am now. But yeah, super beautiful man. Pretty sure I've drawn him and posted that on my Instagram, so I'm obsessed. So we're gonna go through my eBay watch list and just see the stuff that I've been saving, because there's stuff in here that I've probably had saved for years and I don't even know what's in here anymore. So we're gonna go on that little adventure together. Think of this in like the vein of a niche video, like when I did the Barbie Raccoon makeup video. I've been watching a lot of doll collectors lately just to like get inspiration for the channel, just to get more comfortable, have some ideas, you know, find different ways to connect with my collection that really ignite that kind of passion in my collecting again. And if there's one thing I've noticed that other doll collectors do is they don't really show their faces. They give you about 15 minutes of disclaimers telling you not to come into their comments and say anything at all, basically. And they don't really want you knowing what they're looking for because, you know, then other collectors could snipe that product from you. But here, if one of you did take something from my eBay watch list, you'd be saving me a lot of money. So thank you. So one of the very first things that I wanted to put on the list, she's been in my watch list forever. She jumps around in price all the time. This 2000s Princess and the Pea Barbie, I think from the year 2000. I love, I just love that she literally has a pillow with a little pea that's like Barbie scale. The kind of a reddish blonde, strawberry blonde kind of situation, but beat a dead horse. We're never getting quality like this from Mattel ever again, even for collector pricing. Yeah, she's absolutely beautiful and I want her. She's always in the back of my mind. Another thing that's been on the watch list for years now at this time, the Jonathan Adler Barbie collaboration stuff. I've always loved Jonathan Adler's stuff. I was collecting Jonathan Adler stuff before I was even collecting Barbie stuff. Like, this is how I knew I had a consumerism problem, because I would, when I lived in Phoenix, I would go from Home Goods to Home Goods just to search for Jonathan Adler shit. And he had like lamps and bedding and furniture, and one of his big things is ceramics. So I have like this ceramic ram's head that I got shipped to me from an eBay seller in Tucson. And there's just like him being amazing. Then obviously I love the Barbie Raccoon shit. This Barbie with her raccoon eye makeup, it being Jonathan Adler, having like this 60s kind of tricksy Mattel flair to it. There's just so much good here that I love going on. This couch is amazing. And it's just kind of a bummer because they are like really expensive, which is why I keep them active on my eBay, because I'm hoping somebody somewhere is just like, I just want this thing gone, and then they sell it to me for cheap. So one that'll probably be on my wish list for the rest of my life, because I'm never gonna spend this much money on her. Like, I'm seeing stuff for $400, $500. The Barbie Fashion Model Collection Gala Gown Barbie with the red hair. The Gala gown's kind of like this yellow with these blue, not blue, grayish lavender motifs added into the color palette and everything. She's just an absolutely exquisite doll, like the peak of what I think Mattel can do. Obviously, Robert Best, Barbie Fashion Model Collection, the silkstone material, her being heavy, like just everything about her works. I love the color palette. I think it's such a risk that paid off because all these colors mixed together with the bright red hair and the like really dark makeup on like the almost porcelain white skin.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend, and she is the moment. Now, come on now.
But $500, I've never spent that much on a doll. I think on a single doll, I've spent like $280, and that would have been Tantric Maverick Lucas from the New Face collection, like however many years ago. I think he's my most expensive doll that I've spent on a single doll. The most expensive thing I ever bought was probably that boxed up Mycene party pad. And I bought that with the PayPal split in 4 payments thing because I think it was $500, but then I had it on my watch list and they were like, oh, we'll give you like $100 off if you buy it. So I was like, well, that makes it $400. And then in my crazy head brain, I was like, oh, well then that's only 4 payments of $100. You know, I can make that in a shift serving and blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, well, I'll get it for my birthday and my graduation present. And so there was just a lot of like mental gymnastics to make that work. And anyway, that's my most expensive thing probably in one sitting is the Mycene party pad. This isn't a most expensive things video. This is a eBay watch list video.
What's the difference?
The Barbie rock and roll radio house. So first of all, it's a working fucking radio, which is amazing. So you open it up and it's kind of like a cute little studio apartment. And I love when like Barbie does studio apartments in an homage to the very first Barbie house ever, which, you know, I think it could be like a cop-out for material to keep it cheap or whatever, but I just love studio apartments. I always have. I just think they're so cute. And I think having a single wider open space can really give you like some really fun design challenges and everything. But yeah, with the little kitchenette, the tiny little bathroom and the futon and everything, and then just the fact that, yeah, it's just so cute. There's also like this prototype one that's actually like a silvery and blue situation, which is basically just like the radio I already have. I'll show you guys, but it was like my favorite like 2000 CD player. Basically, it's just this JVC 2000s kid room. I think it's from like 2004, 2002, I can't remember. I had a remote and you could play cassettes and you could play CDs and it was just really bitchin'. Another doll that's been on my watch list for years. I'm never gonna get them, and the longer I wait, the less and less there are out there. Tate Tanaka from Integrity Toys. Guys, he's so beautiful, he's so handsome, he's so fabulous, and I will never own him. Same with like Garden of Versailles Poppy Parker too. She's getting further and further out of my reach and rarer to find. Beautiful man. Oh my gosh. The 1970s Hawaiian Ken, ever since I made my 70s dolls video, he's all over my watch list because he kind of jumps around in price a lot. Love his Scooby-Doo, Hanna-Barbera looking eyebrows. Just adorable. These chair flare Barbies, they've been on my radar for a long time because I've always said I loved how back in the day, Barbie would have these playline dolls that their whole entire theme was something as cheesy as like a blow-up chair or these fold-up butterfly chairs or something, and then the girls would like have these just super cute, trendy, of the time outfits, and it would be like not just Barbie, it would be Barbie and her friends, and they'd all have like coordinating elements, but it'd just be like so much fun, and it's so campy to be like, what should the theme of the stall line be? And it's literally a chair. But Jeffrey, you said there are things on here that aren't going to be doll related, and that's true because, you know, such a difference. It's this Japanese portable DVD player that's 100% Ariel themed. So I saw it on TikTok forever ago, looked it up. It looks like it can play English like DVDs, American regioned DVDs and everything. It just comes from Japan, and it has like a little AC adapter, a remote, it's Ariel themed, and then it has like a bright backlit screen. Bam, that's it, that's all it is. They're Anywhere from like $100 to like $180, just depending on if it's still in box or not. But yeah, I just think it's so cute. It's so me. It's so
beautiful.
So she's been on my watch list forever too. See her in Facebook Marketplace a lot too, but the people here in Facebook Marketplace, they're charging worse than eBay prices for no reason. And that is the live action Anna Paquin looking Cinderella doll from Mattel specifically. I like those faces. I like those little hands, those little arms more. I think the dress looks better than the Disney Store one. I think Mattel did a really good job with these. I have bought these several times over the year. I never know where they end up. And they've been on my watch list for so long. Like the person that has them is selling them for like $180. Oh, sorry. It's these Jack specific fairy tale favorites, the Little Mermaid dolls. They're like 6 inches. The eBay seller has had it listed for years now. And it's always like $180. The packaging is yellowing. It's like just disgusting. And I would get the dolls and unbox them. You know, me, I'm an unboxer. And so I've messaged them several times being like, hey, I'm not going to pay you $180 for dolls that were like $5 at Rite Aid when I was a kid. But I'll pay you X amount, like whatever I feel like at the moment. And every single time they've just been like, no, go to hell. And I was like, hey, just have them sit there collecting dust, but I want them. But I don't want them enough to split them up into 4 payments because $180 is way too much for these two. I would pay $40. The Billy dolls, I'm just shocked I don't have them in my collection. They've always been on my radar since like I was in, I think junior high is the first time I ever saw a Billy doll. It was like a gag gift to somebody and they just kept it. And then when I was in high school, I dated this guy and he had like all of them basically just like in his, he had a bedroom down in his basement that was his walk-in closet. And then he had these guys on shelves displayed in the closet. And I just think they're funny. Obviously they're anatomically correct, which is hilarious. And they're just very much like a part of gay collector culture from the early 2000s. And I do think they are pieces of art. I think they have really good clothing, really good quality. They're really heavy dolls too. And I think they're fabulous. So I should definitely get some of these in my collection at some point. One thing that's always on my watch list is old Lilymon merch from Lilymon. It was my favorite Digimon ever. And in the 90s, they had like skateboards and little figurines and stuff, and I always got them every time I went to Toys R Us, like, 'cause they were pretty inexpensive. They were from Bandai, I believe. And so I just keep those in like a nostalgia kind of a thing because I would like to have them again, and I just never like pull the trigger because I'm always focused on dolls. So when it comes to like other toys, where do I keep them? How do I store them? Why did I grow up without a dad? Did I keep them in package or not? And then I have that Disney Princess TV, right? Super cute, the pink one. It's very on theme and everything. I still need the matching DVD player. I believe I have the remote, right? I have an old PlayStation 2. I have an old Nintendo 64, and I would like to play those on my Princess TV. Maybe get a Super Nintendo too. Anything Barbie Western Fun collection, love. I need every single thing from that line. The camper, obviously. Like, I have a version of that camper, but I want the Western Fun camper the most. I love the color scheme the most. The Jeep, the tent, the Kens, the dolls, like everything in this line I love. I think is literally camp and so fun. So I have a couple of the Barbie A-frames that I use to help piece together one that was a little bit more complete. It's still missing some of its like planters and I think maybe some of its windows. I don't know, it's at my mom's house. It's been there for like the past like 6 years. But I want the matching pool. I think the pool is so cute. And the pool jumps around a ton. Sometimes it's like so ridiculously expensive. You just want to go to their house and like take all the labels off of their canned food so they never know what they're opening for the next like 3 months. Or sometimes it's like less than $100, pretty much complete. Maybe it has like a weird warp or dent or nothing's wrong with it and somebody just found it in their grandma's basement and was like, nah, I'll sell it. Anything that's like A-frame related, even that little cottage, I save those on eBay every time I see them too, but I just never buy them. Along with like my music and everything, one thing I've been thinking about, because you can't trust Netflix, you can't trust Spotify, you can't trust any of these streaming platforms to not get rid of media. So I want physical media. So it's always like CDs, cassettes, vinyls, DVDs, VHSs, whatever. So I have just like a ton of those. I want the Madonna Hung Up album on vinyl. Baronski Beats is somebody I've wanted on vinyl for a while. La Bouche is one of my favorite bands ever. I have their cassette. I think I have their CD in the car. They're just fantastic. Love their music. Never want to forget that I've heard that music. So just stuff like that before all these streaming platforms just keep fucking us over and taking away anything good from us. Maybe get some physical media of it, including like a Netflix show you love too, even if it's only 2 seasons and they're kind of charging too much for it on DVD. Get it? So the 1989 premiere Ariel doll from the Disney store is always on my watch list, because like I've just seen her dump around so much in price. She goes up pretty high and then she'll like come back down again. So I'm just waiting for like a down moment when I feel comfortable spending that on her, because she's such a unique Ariel doll. And you know me, I could use an Ariel doll. I'm such a big fan and I have no Ariel dolls. And then finally, we've talked about her a million times. She's a Grail. She's amazing. She is the moment. Somebody in one of the doll groups on Facebook posted that they found her in her green dress and her blue dress at the thrift store. And I was gonna either drive to their house and rob them or unalive myself. Obviously, the Integrity Toys Ashton Drake Tiana doll, the blue one is my absolute like holy grail doll, and then the green one would be good too. I'm never like the biggest fan of her green dress. Love Tiana and her blue dress, obviously. I would do Rasputin type things from the movie to get her. All right, kids, that's just my eBay watch list. I'm sure some of you have the exact same things on your watch list. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. If you feel comfortable sharing some things that are on your watch list, I would love to know down below. Obviously, that's not everything. These are just some of the highlights. I mean, there's just like random shit on mine. Like a Bluetooth Walkman cassette player, which I already have. I bought off Amazon. It was cheap and it connects to my AirPods, but it still plays my cassettes. The Versace Versus Gold Label Barbie. The 2000 whatever Salt Lake City Olympics black Barbie with the torch, the fire and ice. I think she's gorgeous. There's like random, those Ariel trading cards, those Anastasia trading cards, you know, just like super rando shit. I tried to keep it more doll related, even though there's like other things I care about besides dolls. Obviously, I love drawing, where it's a configuration of me tracing and then adding like different elements to what I like through digital art in Procreate. I love architecture. I love thinking that one day I'm gonna sew clothes for my dolls. And I mention it every once in a while on my channel, I really, really love, and I don't showcase them at all because I don't really know how you would display them necessarily. I love 4-inch fashion dolls. Like mostly the Disney princesses do it, but there's like some Barbies that have done it. Like Mini Bratz kinda has done it. Like 4-inch fashion dolls, dude. They get my motor revving or whatever, not in a sexual way, just in a collectory way. I just think they're like super fucking cool. So those are always on my watch list, always just super random ones, mostly Disney princess though, because they're the ones that do it the best. Barbie's kind of given up on like the mini kingdom thing, and she'll do other mini stuff every once in a while, but never hits the same, you know, like Polly Pocket would be an insane example from Mattel of doing a 4-inch doll amazingly with rubber clothes, fabric clothes, hard plastic clothes. I don't give a shit, they're cute. Yeah, I guess I could say it. Nothing gets me more excited than 4 inches. All right, guys, I'll see you in my next episode where maybe I don't buy anything new until we get all these dolls organized and figured out. Okay, bye. So many sewing patterns I'm never gonna use. Oh yeah, I forgot. I like Pokemon.